Time for Joy News Interactive. Aisha, welcome.
Thank you, Israel. And you know, when you're wearing one of my favorite colors,
okay,
I definitely can hold it.
All right, so let's say I wore it for you.
So you're looking great.
Thank you.
Right, so it's midweek already. It's been fairly good so far, and the time to interact is now. So don't miss out on the big conversation. Catch us on facebook.com/joynews and on WhatsApp. The number is 0560-800,000. On Twitter is same, Joy News on TV. Now, please send your name and location when sending that message. But remember, calls are not allowed. All right. So, disqualified All People's Congress presidential candidate Hassan Ayariga. He says the Electoral Commission chairperson Charlotte Osei has demonstrated that she cannot be trusted to manage the 2016 general elections. According to him, the former Electoral Commissioner Dr. Kwadwo Afarijan conducted the affairs of the commission more credibly than his successor Charlotte Osei. Question: what do you think about this accusation? Is Hassan Ayariga being unnecessarily bitter, or is he actually expressing a genuine concern?
Who defines credibility? For me, that is the fundamental question I think we should be asking. And to answer this question, I think we'll have to have recourse to our nation's laws. Of course, you cannot come out and then call someone's credibility into question without proffering evidence to that effect. So if Ayariga says that the EC boss is not credible, I mean, let's contextualize that statement. When is that statement, when is he accusing the EC chair of that? It's because he has been disqualified.
I think she's credible because she came to meet certain potholes that she has to fill. And in this case, she's a woman. We are different from men. We are in power. We try to control and manage things like how we manage a home.
He might call the credibility of the EC boss into question, yes, just because he's been disqualified. All this while, he knew the EC boss was still a woman, or Charlotte Osei, but he never called the credibility of the EC boss into question. Until recently, he was disqualified.
If Ayariga thinks that the EC chair, had violated the tenets and then the acts and laws governing the conduct of, elections and then people speaking nominations, then I think the right forum for him to question the credibility of the electoral commissioner is to go to the courts.
She came to see potholes that she has to fill up and do the right thing. And women are very difficult when it comes to convincing them to do the wrong thing, especially women in power. So I think she's credible.
But at the same time, I understand there are very genuine concerns expressed regarding the political alienation of the electoral commissioner. But the fact that she's able to ride over those political preferences is what makes her all the more credible in the conduct of her duties.
Fine. If you've been disqualified and you think it was so grievous, I think the best thing to do was to just get your grievances addressed or resolved at the court of law.
Ayariga might say she's not credible for the job because of the position he finds himself.
As for Ayariga's comments, the least said about it, the better, because she hadn't called the credibility of the EC boss into question until he had been disqualified. And that is an evident sign of bad faith.
Okay, so some interesting discourse there. Let's see what people are saying on Facebook.
Kwesi Boateng Ayepa says, I have never supported the EC in all her decisions. The very day she was appointed, but for her decision to disqualify Ayariga was one that I supported her 100%. Ayariga can even say Bin Laden is better than the EC chair lady. We don't care. He's disqualified for life. The president is a serious business, not comic relief. He's not disqualified for life. Mama Bass says, hashtag GM to us, so good for the elections. If you can't accurately and truthfully endorse just forms, you have no business getting near the seat of government. Governance is a serious business for meticulous-minded people and parties. Shifman Osei says, ha ha ha, because Afarijan allowed him to cough freely and made cheap name for himself. Even nomination form you can't fill, yet you make the most noise. Masakoda. And the hashtag change is coming. Nana Kwesi Boachi Adams says, this guy has no vision. Who has been advising him? If he has got him money, he should open a company in Boku for some of us to work there, at least whilst we wait for Nana to come. Hashtag Nana Beba. Jambedu says, this is more of a systemized delusion. He has weird appreciation of his abilities with no iota of weaknesses. How on earth would you annul the results if it does not favor you? And Eric Ampabin says, why do you even listen to this man? A disgrace to himself and the society. He should just shut up, wait, and join the queue, as everyone will do to vote. We need people like J.J. Rawlings, not slow man like him who just talk and make noise. No one is voting for you. Go and vote for others.
And Andy from Nkoko says he doesn't know what he's talking about. And this one says Hassan Ayariga is a serious joker, and for that matter should never be taken seriously. It's coming from Fred. And this one says, Aisha, can we trust her? She was once a parliamentary candidate of a political party. And so, which political party are you talking?
She was never a political candidate, a parliamentary candidate for any.
I'm sure he sent a picture. I'm sure
it was
some Photoshop or something. Yes, and Moses from Volta Region says, I think Ayariga needs an interview to prove his point. And this one says, let's JM continue. Peter from Onkonya. And those are some of the messages coming. The final one, he says, Mr. Ayariga must leave Madam Charlotte alone and find some medicine to stop his cough. And it's coming from Sumwa from Odan. Right. So now let's check out these photos and let's see if this will influence you in any way to vote for any candidate in the 2016 elections. So those were some pictures from the ongoing campaigns. I mean, for the 2016 elections. Can you imagine that Mayor One is plaiting somebody's hair? Yeah. And at the point he was...
He was staring at a pot of soup or stew. Or,
no, it was actually banku he was.
Yeah, there was a banku. and I think the other one was putting Maggie into it.
And Baumia is also doing a pounding fufu.
Yeah. It's a political season, so you can expect a lot of these.
I didn't know that he could play, I mean, he could do braids like that.
Okay, this is where I think he's putting the Maggie
inside. This is called "I'll do anything for you."
We have quite a number of comments.
Let's see what people are saying on Facebook.
Magani says, multimedia, home of the media cabals. MPP started this type of campaigning about 4 years ago, and there was no news about that. But you have started making this news immediately. People from NDC have started campaigning in the same way. No cabal can bring down JM and NDC. And Goffrey says, the fact is so many politicians are hypocrites. They will always do all they can, the good, the bad, and the ugly things. Some will even kill human beings just to get positions and power. But when we vote for them to win the power and the positions they want, then they start treating the voters like villains or idiots. Never ever trust politicians, they're hypocrites. Umar says, I saw this man get out of his Land Cruiser to sack a few traders from UDS annex in Accra. Now look at him doing this because of votes. This is an indirect insult to Ghanaians.
All right, so a new study done by Victoria Milan, a dating website for married people looking to cheat, surveyed 5,000 women currently cheating on their partners and came up with a top 10 list of industries with the most cheat-prone people. Now, the first on the list of 10 is the financial sector, comprising bankers, brokers, analysts, etc. It's followed by the aviation sector, comprising pilots, flight attendants. The third is the healthcare sector, comprising doctors, nurses, nursing assistants. The fourth is the business sector, including CEOs, managers, secretaries, and followed by the sports sector. And this includes athletes, instructors, representatives. And then the arts industry follows. 7th is the nightlife industry. This comprises of DJs, dancers, and all of that. The 8th is the communication industry, including journalists, public relations officers. 9th is the legal profession, comprising lawyers, judges, prosecutors, and the 10th is made up of other sectors. Simple question. Is it the profession that exposes these people to cheating, or it's simply an individual thing?
Yeah, I think maybe you are not getting the amount you need. Maybe the pay, you are not getting that. So you need to balance something to get to satisfy yourself.
It shouldn't work that way. I think it's basically the character and the growing up, our socialization levels. If you are in a business, you find out that the times are hard, your manager is not paying you well, and then you will want to find other ways. It's your life. That is the way you are.
He's in a football match, he can be a coach. But what happens is that what they are doing involves rituals. So I won't go into rituals, so I'll stop football game. That is his character, so he will not cheat. So but when it comes... Me, I think some kind of situation push people too far. When the situation push you to the wall, you don't have any other option than to cheat. That's what I think.
But you are standing by who you are than the money or the profession. I know situations come, times become difficult, but you know who you are. In Ghana here, for example, all about money, all about the money. So because of money, because the times are hard, Ghana, seriously, difficult. People are finding it difficult to get money to take care of their home, their family, and so they are pushed to the greater extent where they feel like that's the only way to go. But no, when you are someone who knows who you are and you have a strong integrity you want to keep, then you stick to that level.
Let's take the porn stars. That is what they do for a living, and that is how they cheat. So you can have a wife and do what you are doing, and you call yourself a porn star. That is your profession, and that is your character. That is the way you live to get money.
The profession will push you to that limit. We are human beings. We have natural instincts, natural feelings and all that. And you are in that profession. You've been in it for quite a long time. Sometimes to see what you are going to lose if you don't do it can actually also push you. But then I still stand by your integrity and your character.
I think it's emotion. You can work on your emotion. That's why the Bible talks about self-control being one of the fruits of the Spirit. You can easily work on your emotion. All I want to say is that the word even said it. Everything is the word of God. And in it, if you are doing something you don't like, but you continue to do it, you are deceiving your own self.
Okay, everything is the word of God. Israel. So,
the research
you know
is
one amazing thing? I have this classmate who would not allow me to have my peace. And the listing says, oh, you communication industry people, you like cheating and all of that. Amazingly, communication is the 8th on the list, if this research is anything to go. And he works with the bank, and the banks find themselves on the first list.
I know,
all right, so let's check what
I don't know what it is about the banks that make them do that, if that's actually the case.
It's interesting, but how can
or
your
maybe
job...
because they're lured, they have all these
they
clients.
See a lot of big...
Yeah, they have their clients, banks, customers coming in, showing a lot of money, throwing a lot of money at them.
And they're like, Charlie.
Okay, Kwesi Boateng says, Israel, I don't agree with this survey. A person who is fond of cheating will cheat even if he is a man of God and clerical. I'm a banker, and I know some engineers and journalists who cheat, even when they are out there covering news and reporting. Israel, you're excluded, even though you are a freshman. See? So this guy, he's a banker.
So he's trying to shift.
Yeah, he's trying to. We've seen what you're trying to do. Boytina says, Israel, what it means is that everyone is a cheat, because the survey has virtually mentioned all categories of workers. In any case, with the journalists and bankers, it seems true. Oh, no, yawa. Leland says, it's a bit funny. It's character, because no matter how you try to hide your character, it must surely manifest. Character controls the behavior. But remember, a cheat must be cheated. My profession can affect less. Francis Daba says it's actually a behavior, because character is temporary. Temporary behavior is permanent. Shifmano says, hey, a very bold move of cheating your partner even in public. This is women for you. And Nana Kwesi Boakye says a character. Men are most likely to behave that way. We were born with it, but it's how you resist it.
Yakubu Iban Chamba says another armchair research intended to create confusion in marriages. Cheating has nothing to do with the mind. Cheating has to do with the mind of the individual and has nothing to do with one's profession. These researchers must come again. And this one says, Aisha, a born cheat is a cheat. It doesn't matter the job they do. And it's coming from Bambakia Summit. And this one says, some situations push people to the wall. In Ghana, most managers would like to do something before you get what you want. Only 2 out of 10 will genuinely offer what belongs to you. God have mercy. Cheat everywhere. And this is from Martina. And I've been asked to, okay, someone is calling me. I can't even pick the last message. Okay, so this one says, Aisha, your journalist should normally interview serious people who can express themselves well. Well, we'll take your point and work on that now.